And welcome back to the Survive Scale Soar podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy, and the owner of Red Hawk Coaching, a coaching services company that works with real estate agents, real estate teams, broker owners, and small business owners. A quick reminder that this show comes in two formats. We have Real Talk, where it's just me and the mic sharing what's happening in the world and how it will impact your business. And we have Success Talks, where I get to talk with some of the top people in their respected industry, and they share with you what has made them successful. And today is a success talk, and I am excited to have to the show Nick Wagner, owner of Perfection Water Sports on Lake Conroe. Welcome, Nick.
Thanks, Jeremy. I'm happy to be here, sir.
Well, great. Tell me a little bit about Perfection Water Sports. What got you started in the boat, y'all rent boats and jet skis. Tell me a little bit about how you got started in that business.
Well, we back in 2020, I guess 2019, had purchased a wake boat, ski boat, and me and a buddy of mine decided to find out how we can make money off of that business, and we started teaching people how to wake surf behind the boats. And a lot of the times our customers would ask us if there was any way they could stay on the lake, if they could rent one of our boats, if we knew somebody else who had a boat that they could rent. And a lot of times at that point, we didn't know many people. So we're just like, yeah, we don't really know. I think a quick Google search could probably find you something that you could do. And me and my business partner at that time got together and was just, why don't we do it? Why are we sending these people away and not getting that business for ourselves? So we started doing our research on property and putting a business plan together and kind of lining up the cards to go into that business. And it's been a great business and a fun business, and we've learned a lot. And yeah, it's been a learning curve for sure for me. So
yeah. Tell me a little bit about, so this is on Lake Conroe, which is, most people, if you're from out of the area, that's going to be north of Houston. Tell me a little bit about Lake Conroe.
Yeah, so Lake Conroe is about 40 miles north of Houston. It's 12 miles long, 6 miles wide at its furthest points. And what we kind of do is we limit people to the lower 6 miles of the lake. And it's a fun lake. We got beaches, we got islands. People like to tube. The water gets warm, and there's a lot of restaurants and things to do on the lake while you're on the lake. So it's a good place for people to come visit for a day or a week or however long they want to be there. And the rental boat business is something for a family and friends to get together to go out and go park at the sandbar or go tubing or wakeboarding or whatever they want to do to enjoy their day and create an experience on that lake.
We've got some family that has a house up there in Lake Conroe, and it is a beautiful lake, definitely a recreational lake, and one there's a lot of people out there having a good time and doing it safely too.
Yes.
So you've mentioned that you've learned a lot of lessons as entrepreneurs. That happens a lot, right? A lot of times it's trial by fire. You've learned a lot of lessons in the business. What would you say would be the biggest lesson you've learned to date in that business?
In the boat rental business, it's not. I guess the easy way to put it would be to just be patient, and our people are our biggest asset. So my employees, because in this industry, we got multiple competitors in a very small area, and one bad review, one bad Google review or Facebook review can really set a different course of your business. So what I've learned is teaching my employees to really drive home the customer focus and the experience of coming out to our location and taking care of them the best we can and making sure it's an enjoyable experience for them to be on our boats or our jet skis or our paddle boards. And to really get them to feel like, hey, we care that they're there, we care about their business, we care about their birthday or their anniversary or whatever reason that they're coming out there. we've learned that if we really take in what they're there for and make it an enjoyable experience, those customers come back and they tell everybody, and they really want to help us build our business. And learning to work with our clients and have the right people on the location to do that has really paid itself big time. So
Yeah, customer service is 100% important. I'd imagine in your business, it's everything. And do you have a story or an example here recently where, the people that you have staffed for that really stepped up and made a great experience for a client?
yeah, so I got a great experience. So last year we had a lady come out for her 60th birthday. It was a big group of people. I think it was about 40 people came up from the south side of Houston for this birthday party. And her best friend calls me and says, "Hey, I really want to make this like an experience for my best friend. Are we able to do various certain things? Can we hang balloons on the boats? Can we decorate the tables? Because we have a lot of tables on location for people to sit at and eat or do whatever they want to do before they go out on the boats or when they come back." So this lady comes out and rolls out the red carpet to like from the front of our location to the back. And we went and got it was her 60th birthday, so we went and got some champagne bottles and kind of set up this whole little extravaganza for her birthday. And it was really just the appreciation of us working with them and creating this experience for her birthday. It was she was so appreciative and thankful. And when she got there, she was just like, "Oh my gosh, like balloons everywhere." It was a purple carpet. It wasn't a red carpet because her favorite color was purple, but she really loved just the experience of getting on the boat. There's balloons on the boat. The boats were super nice, and she just had the best experience that day for her birthday. And that kind of experience to where they really appreciate how we went over the top to help them for one of their experiences. And the boat was good. It worked great. When they came back, we docked them. We helped them take all their stuff off the boat. They really don't have to worry about, cleaning up. We take care of all that. And they just get to go enjoy themselves and go home on peacefully and without any, unneeded interactions from us.
Yeah, I caught something there. You said the red carpet experience, and then you kind of came back and corrected that, said, well, it was a purple carpet because that was really important to her. And what that shows me is y'all just paid attention to that detail, and paying attention to those details, especially when you're trying to give somebody a great experience, is important. Like they're going to feel that a lot differently when you went out of the way to find the color that she really liked.
Yeah. And that was more or less the going way above and beyond. That's not like our everyday thing that we do. On an everyday thing, we try to make it the fastest, easiest way to rent a boat while being safe and get out there and enjoy your time with your family. That's what we enjoy doing. We don't want to have a bunch of processes in place that slow this down, and you get there and you spend 35 minutes just trying to get on the boat. We try to streamline that with all of our online practices to where they do a lot of the stuff before they get to the boat yard. So when they get there, they sign one thing and then they move on. So when they get on their boat, they go about their day, they have a great day, they come back, we help them off the boat, and they go home, and they hopefully come back and tell their friends. So
that's awesome. So obviously there's a lot of lessons that you can learn in your business, and a lot of that's by trial and error. And I know I've personally experienced this, and I know people in our audience that's listening today have experienced this, is that there are things that you learned in business that impact your life. What is a lesson that you've learned through your business, going through maybe the ups and the downs, those victories and those failures, which are really just learning opportunities that you can apply to your life?
Well, one thing that really jumped out to me when I was reviewing this was being selective on who you go into business with. In the beginning, I had a couple partners that I chose to. One was was very good with certain things. The other one was very good with a few other things. And what we learned that all those people may not work well together. So we went through some hard times our first year, just trying to coexist together in this business, and kind of having three chiefs trying to run one area. You know what I mean? So we had to learn to who's going to be this guy running the business, and ultimately we had to go a different direction with most of us, and now here I am. I've selected a new business partner who has the same mindset as me, and we're going in the same direction. And learning that hard lesson of trying to bring a bunch of people in and make them all partners and grow a business together when everybody's not on the same page is probably the biggest hiccup for our company. I think it cost us a lot of time and energy that could have been pushed into growth when we were just trying to figure out a relationship instead of focusing on the business. But after I located the right person, we have got on the right track, and we're well on our way to working towards our goals for this 2023 year going into 2024. And it's been so much smoother. Things have gone a lot better.
Yeah, that's so important. And I want to highlight that to our audience. Again, the people you get into business with, it matters who they are. And I see that so often where people will jump in, they're like, hey, it'd be kind of cool to work with this person. Maybe they're a friend, or even worse, a family member. And they get into these relationships without really knowing the outcome, right? The path to get there. And you have all these people on a different wavelength. And I've seen it cost a lot of friendships, and I've seen it devastate some families. So, you're spot on about making sure that you've got those right people on. And, seeing your business right now as it flourishes, I know I've seen it, that your business is taken off because you've got the right people surrounding you, from your business partners to your staff and those people that are working the boat site. So that's awesome. Great advice.
Yeah.
If somebody's listening today and they're thinking about starting a business, not in water sports on Lake Conroe, there's no more room. You've got that squared away. But if they're thinking about starting a business, just in general, what is one piece of advice that you would give them?
Man, so early in this business process, I struggled with information and guidance, and really just losing sleep over how do I handle certain situations, and just not knowing who to talk to or which way to go to find the advice that I needed at that time. And various people I've approached to help me make these decisions who are business owners. I come from a family of business owners, and even going to my family and asking for advice really wasn't the direction I was looking. I was looking for some outside advice, and obviously finding you has helped me dramatically kind of push more of my personal life with my business and reaching the goals I have, putting the two together. But I located one person kind of out of left field who I knew a long time ago, who has been successful in his business, and he has kind of helped me, make the hard decisions on what to do in certain situations to where I hadn't really been in those situations yet. So I think finding a person who can help guide you and give you, and I don't want to say the correct information when you need it. And it's not necessarily, oh, this is the right thing, it's the perfect thing. It's going to be, hey man, how do I deal with this customer? They're really upset about this, and I'm struggling to kind of find the words to fix the situation, and finding that person who can help guide you through those situations. Man, that's helped me dramatically, seeing that I deal with thousands of people every summer, and some people aren't as happy as you want them to be coming off of the situation. So I think probably the best advice I could give somebody is find somebody who's not with you in the business, but cares about you in the business enough to give you the correct information and guide you in ways when you need it.
That's great advice, whether it's coaching or mentoring or, I've got a few people in my life I know I can reach out to and have a call with, and it's about getting the right information. It's not always what we want to hear. I think that's important to understand too, is that we've got to be able to take some of that advice, and sometimes it's hard to swallow, yet it's that thing that we do need to face down and be able to take that in to make a better decision, to help our business and ultimately help us in life.
Yeah.
I've got one other question before we jump into Perfection Water Sports, and I've gotten to know you over a period of time now, and man, family is key for you. Tell me about the importance of, as a business owner, also being a man of the family and taking care of your family.
Yeah, so my time with my family is super important to me. And I think that was going to lead into part of my advice towards people starting a business also, is you have to find that balance of, hey, I operate generally a weekend business. Well, during the week I'm doing something else. And then on the weekends, when usually that's my time I would spend with my kids and my wife, here I am, I have to go, spend 4, 5, 6, 7 hours at the boatyard on a Saturday or Sunday morning. How do I continue the growth with my kids and my family at that time? Well, the big goal I have for my son currently, who's about to be 10 years old, is I want him to see, what it takes in life to do the things that I'm planning on doing and my goals in life moving there. So a lot of times I'll bring him with me and kind of make him get to work out there with my son and kind of put him in those positions to where, hey, building up a work ethic with him. But then again, with my wife, me and my wife talk a lot about our two businesses, because she owns a hair salon, I own the boat rental business. And a lot of times those, I don't want to say they're the same, but you're dealing with a lot of customers. So we can talk about these two things and how we personally handle this situation or that situation, or, hey, I'm doing this with my business. I think it would be a good idea to do that with your business. But then just taking the time to, I bring my wife into my business knowing, and I want her to know what I'm doing and how I'm handling things, so she can help understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, and not just, oh, my husband's gone all the time. He's at the boatyard. I don't really know what's going on out there. I think bringing her into the know of what I'm doing has helped us keep our kind of family unit together, because there's no bitterness there, because she knows the goals I have. And then, we have a fun business. So my kids love being on the lake. They love being around the water. They enjoy being at my yard. We have jet skis, we have boats, we have tubes. So we go out and enjoy the lake as much as we possibly can too, whenever our boats are not rented out. And we try to keep that, a lot of people say you've made your hobby your business. And we're trying not to make it to where we don't enjoy being on the lake anymore, because our entire business is the lake. We still want to go out. We still want to enjoy the lake. We still want to go tubing. We still want to see our friends that we've made out there. And we try to make it a point to continuously do that. I don't want to say we do it every weekend, but we do it as much as we possibly can. So I think with my family life, that's, keeping everybody together within the business and understanding, what dad's working towards and what he's doing when he's gone, if he's not home. So there's not really any bitterness towards that.
I think that you basically gave a master class for those that are listening today on being a business owner, yet also having that, I don't call it necessarily balance, it's counterbalance. Sometimes you're going to be more work heavy and sometimes you're going to be more life heavy. And you just can't stay in the extremes. Yet I think you just gave a master class on how it should be, having the family buy-in and, having them participate and be an example to your son and developing that work ethic. I do the same thing with my kids, and, you see all the things that are going on in the world today, the laziness and the lack of work ethic and everything else, but we can control what we do in our home. And we can teach our children that through them modeling and seeing what we do. So I really appreciate you sharing that. I think the audience is enjoying this as well. And before we jump off, I want to ask you, like, how do we take part in Perfection Water Sports? We have people listening today, and maybe they're here in the greater Houston area, or they're planning to come down and visit, and they're looking for some sort of activity to participate in. How do they find you, and how do they get a boat or a jet ski?
Yes, sir. Well, you can find us on Google at Perfection Water Sports or Lake Conroe Boat. Our website's lakeconroeboat.com. Our Perfection and Instagram handles are Perfection Water Sports. You can find us both on there. We love to talk to people. We open our phones up. We have the greatest people answering the phones and can answer all your questions you have, or any concerns. But we really like to have people out to the yard and visit and see the boats. We have a lot of people that just call and want to come look at the boats before they spend money to go rent one for a day, because it is a nice, rather expensive thing to do. But we are offering a discount now to where if you book before 11 a.m. in the morning, you get 10% off. So that's a good thing for any of the listeners out there. Whether you book tomorrow or this weekend, you get 10% off if you book before 11 a.m. And then if you book over 5 hours, you get a free hour. So
That's awesome. And I highly encourage, if you're looking at being here in the Conroe, Texas area, going out and experiencing Lake Conroe. It's such a beautiful lake. It's a great recreation lake to be in. And I encourage you to stop by Perfection Water Sports and take advantage of what they're offering. So, Nick, thank you for the insight today into your business. Thank you for some of the lessons that you shared, both in life and in business. I truly believe that, there's going to be something you said today that a listener is going to hear. It's going to resonate with them and help them in their pursuit, whether it be in business or in life. So, Nick, thank you again.
thanks, Jeremy. I appreciate you having me on.
All right. Until next time, onward and upward.